Hello there, Barbara Ragsdale, close to my heart independent maker here to show you how to cut your cardstock for your Sweet Memories Scrapbooking Workshop kit. And the colors that we're going to be cutting with in this video is going to be your charcoal. Do that, your charcoal, your sheet of Mink, and the sheet Mulberry. Those are the three colors that we're going to be cutting with. And I wanted to point something out that I might not have pointed in another video before, but just as a quick example, I'm going to be showing you which sides you're going to be cutting with, because there are two sides to the cardstock if you did not realize it. And I think this is the perfect color to show you because it will show on this this video. This is a piece of charcoal. These are two pieces of 12 by 12 charcoal, but when you flip over the other side is lighter. So with the cardstock, you actually get two colors in one. And on this particular one, we're going to be starting with our charcoal. We are going to be cutting the light side. So make sure that you're cutting the light side for this particular cardstock. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. So let's get your cardstock in your trimmer. And our first cut that we're going to be making is going to be at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, cut it all the way down. And then take your piece of cardstock, rotate it landscape, and cut it at 9.5 inches. Okay. This 1 3/4 by 9.5 inch strip is 2C. So if you remember in my paper cutting video, what I'm doing, instead of writing them down, I'm just separating them by 1, 2, or 3, depending on the layout. This goes to layout number 2. So put that in with your stack of 2s. Okay. This piece right here is scrap. Now with your paper back in your trimmer, the next cut is going to be at 8.5 inches. So let's get to an 8.5 inch piece there. Turn your cardstock landscape and cut it at 8.5 again. This 8.5 by 8.5 is 1D. So stick that with your stack of 1s. This piece that we just cut off is scrap. This long piece that's left, we're going to be cutting at 1 1/4 inches. Yes, 1 1/4 inches. So cut down. Trying to get that straight up here. Hopefully I'm going slow enough for you to go along with me here. Okay. And then this piece that we just cut, turn that sideways and cut another 8.5 inch strip. This 1 1/4 by 8.5 strip is 2J. So put that in with your stack of 2s. And these two pieces that are left are going to be scraps. Okay, so on your other piece of charcoal, we're going to be cutting the light side again. So flip it over to your light side. And we're going to cut it at 4.5 inches. So get it into your trimmer, cut all the way down to 4.5. Turn your cardstock landscape, and we're going to cut it at, you might not be able to see that, but 6 3/4 inches. This 4.5 by 6 3/4 inches is 1B. So you can put that with your stack for layout 1. And looky, we got large scraps. The rest is scraps. So let's set that aside. Grab your piece of mulberry. Put mine behind me. And on this one, we're going to be cutting the dark side. So hopefully you can see that, but this side over here on my right is the darker side. So cut your darker side. And the first cut is going to be at 6 1/8 of an inch. So where is 6 1/8? For those of you that might need a little help, the 8th is going to be in your Fisker's trimmer. It's the long one past the first short one. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So 6 1/8 all the way down. And that long piece that we just cut off, turn that landscape. And we're going to be making a few cuts here. I probably should bring this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more. But I don't want to keep hitting my camera just in case. And the first cut is going to be at 4 1/8. Okay, so this piece right here is 2E. So stick that with your stack of 2s. And then we're going to cut another one at 4 1/8. That one also is 2F. So put that with your stack of 2s. This piece that's left, we're going to cut it 3 1/4 inches square. Okay, so what we can do is, I guess you could leave it in there and cut it at 3 1/4. And then just turn it sideways and cut it again at 3 1/4. This is 2K. So you can put that with your stack of 2s. And these 2 smaller pieces right here, those are scraps. This larger piece, we're going to put that back in our trimmer. And we're going to cut it at 3 1/4 all the way down. Turn it sideways. And we're going to cut 1, 2, 3 of them at 3 1/4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. These 2 pieces, those are scraps. Now, one of these pieces, these 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 pieces, is this one's 2L. So you can put that with your stack of 2s. The other 2 is 3K and 3L. So you can put these with your stack of 3s. Okay, now we're done with our mulberry. Now we want to grab our sheet of Mink, and let me double check and make sure. We'll take it out of the light and make sure which side I'm cutting. We're cutting the dark side, so I have it right side up here. And we just got a couple of cuts on this one. The first one is going to be 7 3/4 inches on the dark side. Turn your paper sideways and cut it again at 7 3/4. This large 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 piece is 3I. So put that with your stack of 3s. The piece that's left, turn it sideways. And we're going to cut it at 6 1/2. So put it back in their landscape. We got 6 1/2. And the other, it should already be 4 1/4, which it is. So this 6 1/2 by 4 1/4 piece is 3D. So put that with your stack of 3s. And this small piece and this long piece of Mink is scraps. So now that you have all of your pieces, all of your pattern paper cut and your cardstock cut, then we're ready for to assemble your layouts. So make sure to join me live or watch the replay for the assembly for layout numbers 1, 2, and 3. In the month of January, on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be doing a layout each Saturday night. So I hope to see you online. Thanks.